Good morning, everybody. It's your pal Sal with Sal Dougie's House of Cards. Getting ready this morning to head into the Madison Card Show at the Sheraton here in Madison, Wisconsin on John Nolan Drive on this very cold Wisconsin morning. It's always super excited to be going into the show. As usual, we'll be on the lookout for some Milwaukee Brewers to add to the PC. I will say that the Wisconsin shows are not my best hits for large amounts of brewers. I am competing with other brewers, collectors for the cards, and sometimes some of the dealers will maybe have their prices off a little bit because it is the local market team. So I end up passing on some cards as well. But I will definitely be digging through those quarter boxes today. Anybody that I can find that has a quarter box, I'll probably, especially if it's baseball, sit down and dig through, see what I can find, see if I can find some Brewers needs, see if I can find some stars and favorite players, favorite cards for that sweet, sweet 25-cent price. A lot of dealers, especially if you buy several, will add an additional price break. So for me, Madison Card Show, always a great place to go get cards for cheap. I will maybe pick through the dollar boxes. Don't seem to have the same kind of success. It's not that the cards are bad, they're generally a good deal, but it's just not necessarily always the type of cards I'm looking for. Sometimes it's rookie lots. It's a little bit more geared, I think, to people who may want to try to resell the cards, where I'm just trying to pick up some inexpensive cards for the PC. So I will definitely be on the look for those Milwaukee Brewers cards. I will report back once I've had a chance to go through the show and show you what I picked. Good morning, everybody. It's your pal Sal with Sal Dougie's House of Cards. Getting ready this morning to head into the Madison Card Show at the Sheraton here in Madison, Wisconsin on John Nolan Drive on this very cold Wisconsin morning. It's always super excited to be going into the show. As usual, we'll be on the lookout for some Milwaukee Brewers to add to the PC. I will say that the Wisconsin shows are not my best hits for large amounts of brewers. I am competing with other brewers, collectors for the cards, and sometimes some of the dealers will maybe have their prices off a little bit because it is the local market team. So I end up passing on some cards as well. But I will definitely be digging through those quarter boxes today. Anybody that I can find that has a quarter box, I'll probably, especially if it's baseball, sit down and dig through, see what I can find, see if I can find some Brewers needs, see if I can find some stars and favorite players, favorite cards for that sweet, sweet 25-cent price. A lot of dealers, especially if you buy several, will add an additional price break. So for me, Madison Card Show, always a great place to go get cards for cheap. I will maybe pick through the dollar boxes. Don't seem to have the same kind of success. It's not that the cards are bad, they're generally a good deal, but it's just not necessarily always the type of cards I'm looking for. Sometimes it's rookie lots. It's a little bit more geared, I think, to people who may want to try to resell the cards, where I'm just trying to pick up some inexpensive cards for the PC. So I will definitely be on the look for those Milwaukee Brewers cards. I will report back once I've had a chance to go through the show and show you what I picked. Okay, everybody, I'm back from the Madison Card Show. I had a great time as always. I spent about 2 hours at the show, most of it digging through those boxes as promised. I did purchase from 4 different vendors today, and I picked up about 60 cards. So we'll rapid fire through some of them while we when we do the showing portion. And I did an okay job on Milwaukee Brewers. I started out slow, but I did find a couple boxes that had some good pickups for me. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. My first item was the last item I purchased, and it is not a card. It is this very cool Nestle promotional cup here. I'd never seen these before. I actually bought two, picked them up for 50 cents a pop, and I'm going to include the other one in a Christmas gift. So right here we have Harold Baines, one of the players on the promotional cup, and then also Milwaukee Brewers All-Star Teddy Higuera, and then finally World Series champion manager Ozzie Guillen. I think it's a Nestle promo. You get this little Nestle peel-off card, so I will at some point when I get ready to put this into the household cup collection, pull that off and kind of take that whole sticker thing off. And then also, I was advised by the vendor not to eat, but it comes with a free O. Henry mini chocolate bar. And this was not added by the vendor. This was on the promo cup at the time. So we are probably looking at 80s, maybe early 90s, given the players that are on this promo cup. So very cool item, and super excited to snap that up for 50 cents. My next lot came from the first box that I dug through. It was a true dime box. The dime box cards were unsleeved and all just kind of in these, they were organized, but they were all like jammed into kind of shoe boxes together. So that dime box, it was a little tricky to find cards that were one I was interested in because of the player, and then B, still in a good enough condition that I was interested in picking it up. But I did, I think, manage to find about 20 items out of there, so we'll go ahead and go through those really quick. So I pulled one brewer out of there. We have first this Doug Henry 1994 Topps Gold. So I needed that one for the PC, and always like adding those gold cards in. So Doug Henry. Tom Candiotti 97 Topps. I kind of have a minor PC of Tom Candiotti, former brewer, and kind of an underrated player in my opinion. And that 97 set, especially that green background, looks so cool. So grab the Candiotti. Buddy Bell, 81 Donruss for a dime. That's a good pickup. Buddy Bell, another player I think was a little bit underrated in his playing days, and I don't have a ton of his cards, so grab the Buddy Bell. Love this picture on the Kevin Brown here, another all-star player from my youth, and just got the hilarious full wind up there. And then I think maybe I've seen this on a card or two, but I was not overwhelmingly familiar with that Rangers uniform that Kevin's wearing there, but cool pickup. Bobby Higginson, another player that I feel is underrated. An Upper Deck team checklist, not sure of the year. Tigers kind of becoming a secondary team collect. I went to my first Tigers game in Detroit this year, and my wife and I, we had an absolute blast there. One of the coolest stadiums I've ever been to. So starting to build the Detroit PC a little bit. Kevin Napier, another favorite from when I was a kid, and kind of a cool, I think this is 95 Bowman. I think this is the first 95 Bowman I'm putting in the PC, so snap that one up. Ryan Sandberg here, I forget which year, Upper Deck Collector's Choice, maybe 94 or 95. Got the silver signature version on it, so I snap that up. John Smoltz, I think this is, well, it says right on there, 1990, Upper Deck. It does have the Collector's Choice logo, but at that point, Collector's Choice was not a separate set. And I absolutely love these checklist cards. When I was a kid, they were just the cards with art on them, still to this day. Absolutely love them, and Smoltz a favorite player, so grab that for a dime. Jim Edmonds, someone I definitely player collect, and don't have, I'm sorry, this is actually Tim Salmon, I take that back. Another Angel that I player collect, and don't have a ton of cards of, and this is a cool one, a Stadium Club, probably mid to late 90s on that one. 94, taking a look at those 93 Topps All-Stars, Ken Griffey Jr. and Lenny Dykstra on this one. Any chance to get a Griffey Jr. I need for a dime, I'm usually interested. We got a Cliff Floyd, what is this one here? Dawning Legacy from the Ted Williams set. So definitely a Cliff Floyd fan and love picking up Expos cards. So added that one. Pudge, I think this is 93 Leaf. So great picture of Carlton Fisk on the front. And then what I really love about this set is on the backs, they kind of do an image of the city that the team is from. So in this one, we got Buckingham Fountain in the back there. So very cool set, and another White Sox ad. Another cool image on this Billy Wagner. Got the fireman's hat on and the very small fire extinguisher. I guess they hoped they had a larger fire extinguisher at the ballpark to use for the photo, but that is the one that they went with, and it's just such a cool picture. There were a lot of these 98 Topps in that dime box, and it's a set I don't have a ton of, so always interested in picking up cards from sets I do not have very many of, especially if they have great images like this Billy Wagner. Another one, Jose Canseco from that same 98 set. Former Brewer and absolute legend Trevor Hoffman from the 98 set. This is a great card. I can't believe I got this one for a dime. This is Collector's Choice. I forget the year on this one as well, but it's Torrey Hunter Diamond debut, American League, and then on there we got 8/27/97, so this must have been 98. Collector's Choice, Torrey Hunter. So another one of my favorite players that I don't have a ton of cards for. So I was very excited to see this one in the dime box. This is such a cool card. Tim Raines. This is a Topps Kids card. I forget what year. I'm guessing early 90s. But got that great kind of hypnosis background. And I love cards and stuff geared specifically for kids. So super happy to add that. And then this was the last one that I picked out of the dime box. Another great card, kind of geared for kids. We got Porky Pig on the card. I'm a huge Looney Tunes fan, so very, very excited to put this one in the PC. And then, of course, the great Jim Abbott, former Brewer, and for those of you who know, he was born with only one fully formed hand. So you can see the glove slides on to his other hand there, and then he did not let that stop him from being an excellent, excellent Major League Baseball player. So super, super excited to have this one in the PC. All right, the next lot came out of some quarter boxes. They were from my guy, Bo Thompson. You can find him on Twitter at 1,000,000Cubs and on YouTube at Hobby Evolution. They did come out of a quarter box, but Bo's such a great guy. He did cut me a price break on them, and so these I also ended up paying around 10 cents a card for. So first we've got Madison Mallard's mascot, the original version of the mascot, Maynard G. Mallard. So it's a Northwoods League team, so not exactly minor league team. It's a league that college kids play during the summer. Very cool. The field's not too far from my house. Like I said, this is the original, most terrifying version of the mascot. I think we're on our 3rd edition now, but very excited to get a Maynard card in the PC. Then we got this Eddie Matthews, Milwaukee Braves, 1957 Milwaukee Braves. So the card is actually from 1980, TCMA, but commemorating one of my favorite Milwaukee Braves, Eddie Matthews, and that 57 Braves team was your World Series champions. Then we've got a nice 82 in action, Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan, not one of my favorite, I shouldn't say not one of my favorite players, but I did not enjoy him as a broadcaster when he did Sunday Night Baseball. But he was such a great player, and a chance to pick up a Joe Morgan for 10 cents. I was in. Wade Boggs in his Tampa Bay Devil Rays uniform. So Boggs, another one that was not one of my favorite players, but a chance to get a playing era card in the Devil Rays jersey. Had to snap that one up. Lance Berkman. We got a Bowman release here. And it looks like Bowman Chrome. And Berkman, a great player, maybe a little bit underrated, and a player I don't have a lot of cards from. So glad to add that one to the PC. Michael Brantley, Bowman Chrome rookie card. Another super underrated player in the game today. And a chance to pick up that rookie card, Bowman Chrome. And at one time, Michael was in the Brewers farm system, but was included in the CC Sabathia trade. So very cool. Liam Hendricks, another favorite player here with the A's. We got a Donruss red variant of a 2021. So another Liam for the PC. Roger Clemens. Clemens, despite not having though I guess the way I wish his career would have ended, or I don't know, evolved. Still kind of one of my favorite players, just because he was such a cool player when I was a kid, and I love getting Clemens Blue Jays cards. I love this Fleer Ultra set, 97 Fleer Ultra. I love that script on there, and I absolutely love this image of Roger Clemens doing what he's known best for, getting ready to bunt a baseball. And then another Clemens Ultimate Victory Upper Deck. Here he is with the Yankees. Did not have any Ultimate Victory cards in the set, so Roger Clemens. And then, of course, right after Roger Clemens, we've got Mike Piazza. This is a really cool card. I was not familiar with this set. I think the company that produced them is called Rembrandt, but you can see the Ultra Pro logo on there, known card protection supply manufacturer. This card is probably actually in an Ultra Pro sleeve right now. Another cool thing about this card, when I entered it into Trading Card Database, it did indicate that it has a set print run of 100,000 issued. Then we've got the great Manny Ramirez, another favorite of mine, 2003 Donruss production line OPS. So you can see on there Manny's OPS of just over 1.00. And this is a numbered card. This one on the back here. Some previews on those next cards. 323 of 1009. 10 cents. Then we've got a nice, I think this is 81. Ooh, looks like Fleer. Dave Winfield, one of my favorite players, absolutely, and looking so great in those old Padres uniforms. Ken Griffey Jr. right here, a nice upper deck release. Got the All-Star Game insignia up in the upper right-hand corner. I love that kind of stuff when there's kind of those special little emblems on the card, and I always love picking up Ken Griffey Jr. cards. Adrian Beltre, 150 years of baseball. This was right at the end of Adrian's career. Maybe a little bit overlooked in his career as well. Certainly one of my all-time favorite players, so that's super exciting. Got a few Ricky Hendersons, including this unlicensed Super Thief card, so such a cool looking card. And then in 1982, Ricky Henderson tops for 10 cents. That is a heck of a deal. And then this is a very cool card commemorating Nolan throwing his 7th no-hitter on the same day that Ricky, I think this one, he takes over the all-time lead for stolen bases. I also remember this day too because my dad had gone to the Brewers game on this day, and they played the Chicago White Sox, and I think the Brewers ended up winning in 19 innings. So my dad always has these great stories of the 19-inning game that he went to on this same day. All right, now we found some of those Brewers. Here we got a cool Amari Rivas card, Bowman, and this one is also a numbered card. It's a blue version, and we have on here, where's that number at? There it is, 494 of 500. Willie Peralta, Bowman rookie card. Orlando Arcia, Bowman, I think this is Bowman's first card, so that's a cool ad for the PC. And then another Orlando Arcia 2020 Topps Chrome. I absolutely love the picture on this card. I kind of like cards that show only infield. 2019, Kestahira, Major League debut rookie. And Keston, what do we got? 5/14, 2019 on that Major League debut. Ted Simmons, Gardner's Bakery card. This is, if you watched the first video I put out, you'll know that this was the food release that really kind of got me into the Brewers and into card collecting. This set is a little bit before when I was actively collecting, but any chance I get to add some of those Gardners in, I definitely take it. So great Simba Gardner's card here. And then we've got our man Lorenzo Cain, 1985 redo here. I think this was maybe 2020 set. So cool looking card of Lorenzo. Robin Yount, this is also from 2020 set, the Turkey Red. 1984 Donruss, Robin Yount, 10 cents. So super excited to pick this one out. I don't have a ton of the 84 Donruss, so great looking Robin Yount card, and still at the shortstop position on this one. And then I did pick up a few basketball cards today. So we have the great NBA champion Dirk Nowitzki, kind of a tribute card, although he did play the season before this one was released. And I love that old NBA hoops look. It almost got kind of a Topps Chrome look to it, or a optic chrome, whatever you want to call that style. So cool card. I got a couple of NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal here. We got Skybox rookie card, Orlando Magic, and that's also got that Team USA basketball logo on there. I absolutely love Team USA cards of just about any sport. So very cool. Only 10 cents on this guy. And then Shaq Diesel here on the Lakers, where he picked up his championship wins. I guess also Miami, but just this is really kind of in my mind how I remember Shaq. So just love this card, and a great pickup for the PC. All right, and the final lot is a handful of 1970s cards. I found a vendor that had a 25% off sale on some buckets of 1970s stars, and I really like going through and picking out those 70s cards. It's a great opportunity for me to get some of those stars of the 60s and even 50s that cards may be fairly expensive for a pretty decent price. So here is the lot from that vendor, and first we've got Hoyt Wilhelm here, 1971 in Chicago Cubs uniform there. I think I paid about 75 cents for this one. 1974 Catfish Hunter, great card, great set, one of my absolute favorite sets. This one I think I paid about $1.50. And then I got some more basketball cards out of that 70s box. And this one here, when I went to go put it in trading card database, was a little tricky because I think it's like the 74 set, even though it's talking about our, I think it's the 1970 NBA champion New York Knicks. It did not have either player tagged on the card, so it took me a while to figure out what set this came out of, but 75 cents on that guy. This was the most expensive card that I bought for the day. Bill Walton, first Bill Walton for the PC, NBA champion, and one of my all-time favorite broadcasters and human beings. This one I think I shelled out a whole $3 for, but just absolute beautiful card. Love the pink trim, love the green blazers, and Bill definitely getting ready to score some points there. And then a couple of Chicago Bulls for the PC, my first Bob Love card, so that's very cool, very exciting to add that. And then finally, the great Norm Van Leer, one of the few professional athletes I've had the opportunity to meet and get to know a little bit in person. When I lived in Chicago, I worked at the Whole Foods on North Avenue, for those that may be familiar, and Norm shopped almost every morning. Norm would come in and shop, get some coffee, maybe some bakery, and he was just the nicest, sweetest guy. So always looking to add Norm Van Leer cards to the PC. Rest in peace, Norm. And that is the wrap up from the Madison Card Show. So hope everybody enjoyed seeing my pickups. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe, and hit that share button for your friends. Take care, everybody.